there's something that Bishop Dark said one time. He said that when there's not much communication, it leads to assumptions. When there are assumptions, it leads to accusations. And accusations is what destroys relationships.
And that's the thing.
That's true.
If the hope that each person has in that relationship is greater, you will fight for it. Right? But the reason, you letting go of that thing which is in your tomorrow will make you not, consider fighting for the relationship in today.
You get to understand that it's not everything that you have to react. It's not everything that you have to get angry. So then resolving the conflict can even start from there.
Yeah.
From your personal growth. So then the conflict will not even happen. Before it will happen, you have solved it. Shalom, people of God. You are welcome to Hidden Streams, where we have faith-based conversations. I'm here with Sir Prince and Miss Paul Abba. Today we are going to talk about a very important topic, still on relationships. How to resolve conflict in relationships. Should we always involve a third party? And if yes, who are the people that we are supposed to even involve? How are we supposed to resolve our conflict? Must we leave it to ourselves, or must we leave the resolution of the conflict between just the parties? I'll go to Sir Prince. Sir Prince, what do you have to say concerning this topic?
Thank you so much, sir, for the opportunity. Yes. So, as we've been discussing in previous videos on this whole matter of relationship, one thing that stands out is that, in relationship, it has always been about where the two of you are going. Whether it be friendship, whether it be, boy-girl relationship, or any type of relationship. The reason why we are together is because of where we are going. It's the same thing for the establishment of societies, communities, and all that. Right? The reason why there's oneness, or the reason why there's unity, is always because of purpose, or where our minds are tuned onto. Right? We see this in the story in Genesis 6 of the people of Babel. Right? The reason why they were together was because they are going to build a tower that goes to heaven. It's because of one vision, something that they seek to accomplish, and that's why they are together. So now, understanding this, there will definitely be disagreements, or there will definitely be issues that will arise in working together, and that's fine. And that's because, the whole human nature, right? No two people working together. The reason why we are actually working together is because, you kind of balance my imperfections, and I do same to yours.
That's it.
And so with that, you should understand when issues, start arising. But then the thing is, when issues, or when there's so much friction in relationship, some tend to break away, forgetting the reason why they were together in the first place. Now, two people, let's say in an amorous relationship, right? Two people come together because, okay, maybe I see you in my future, or I see us, united in purpose, fulfilling one particular thing. And so, okay, we can be together and then make this happen. Now, let's say an issue arises and we tend to forget, or they tend to forget that, this is why we are actually together, or why we are moving together. And so they totally break away without, finding ways to mend it, or, move past it. But then that's the thing. If the hope that each person has in that relationship is greater, you will fight for it. Right? But the reason, you letting go of that thing which is in your tomorrow will make you not, consider fighting for the relationship in today. And then, we looking at how to go past all these things, it's really, really important. Now, as to whether third parties should be involved, that's what I'm saying. It's always about where we are going. Now, okay, if the vision is that, we want to take over the world in, let's say, in the media space, well, we understand one thing, that, okay, we are first believers. And so, the call that was given to us right from creation is, to dominate, to take over the world. And so if we are together because of this media space, knowing that, okay, this is what we are going to do, this is what we are going to do in the next 10 years, in order to be on top. And then, she has a role to play, I have a role to play. Then it means that, okay, so then if we are for God, then if there should be any third party involved, the person should also see the same things that we are seeing.
Okay,
so, let me bring my pastor inside. Or let me bring my parents inside. There's not an issue. But then the thing is, okay, if we are resolving this, then we are going past this. Right. That's the understanding that we should have. It shouldn't get to that point where, we rehash, past errors, right? And then, in attempt to, remind the other person of, how imperfect the other person is, right? But then, we resolving the relationship, or we resolving, our conflicts, is so that, we can move forward. You understand? And then that's the mindset that, we should first have, the two parties should have, that, we are resolving this thing to move forward.
So then, if I understand you are saying that even if you are bringing the third party has to also know what has been given to both of you to accomplish.
Exactly.
So that he can help you overcome whatever indifference that you are going through. So then the third party coming inside is not coming to take side, but it's rather to reconcile you to the vision.
Yeah. That's why people go with how do they call them? I think it was psychologists, therapists, right? So people attend therapy, because of this particular issue, to get someone who doesn't choose sides, see things from both points of view, and then let's find a solution. Or if in the person's judgment, there's no need for you guys to be together again, the person will render that judgment. But then that's the thing, we in Christ, we've identified that, okay, we are for Christ. And so, okay, it's important that, the person that is over us, above us, mediates over any kind of issue. So, more often than not, it will be our pastors, right, or our shepherds, or our leaders, right, that's, okay. Then, there should have been that foreknowledge that, the two of us are in a relationship. And so, there's that constant checking. So, it's very easy for you to move to the person when there's an issue. Okay, between me and Abba, this and this is happening between us. So, we want you to come in to talk to us about it. Right? And definitely, both of you have to be cool with it. If one person is saying no, other person is saying yes, whatever the person will say, the one saying no think that, because I am choosing this person, I want this person to take my side. Right? But then that's the thing. If from the beginning we were reporting to one person, it becomes way easier.
All right. Wow, that's wonderful. That's really, really wonderful. So, Ms. Abba, the question to you.
Okay. So, when it comes to resolving conflicts, first of all, you should know who you are. Know who the person is. There's a reason why the Bible says that men should relate with women with understanding as unto the weaker vessel, because the way a man thinks is different from the way a woman thinks.
That's true.
Once you know this, it will save you from a lot of drama in a relationship. When you know the type of person you are with, you will know the kind of weaknesses the person has. It will even help you to be more patient with the person. You can't be patient with someone you don't understand. So before you even involve a third party, you already understand yourselves. You involve a third party only when the issue is beyond you. The third party could help you see things perhaps more clearly. Perhaps one person is offended, so the person is seeing things in another way. And one thing there's something that Bishop Dark said one time. He said that when there's not much communication, it leads to assumptions. When there are assumptions, it leads to accusations. And accusations is what destroys relationships.
That's true.
For you are arguing about something, but the other person has no idea what you are talking about because you've not communicated effectively.
You form things in your mind.
Yes, so bringing a third party, the person will still feel betrayed because we've not communicated effectively. I'm not against involving a third party, but if we look at the context of Adam and Eve, the devil was a third party in that context. You understand? Third party could be anyone. So it's not about the third party per se, it's about who you confide in. So I like the fact that he mentioned bringing a third party that is not biased.
Neutral.
So I'll not advise you, if you're in a relationship, I'll not advise for you to tell your parents your relationship issues, because family members don't forget, friends don't forget, and they are likely to give you advice that may favor you because they are closer to you. You see, it's only a few of them that are matured enough to give you an advice that you may not want to hear, but you have to hear it.
That's true.
So, back to the third party. Once again, I'm not against third party, but it's very important who you confide in. Proverbs chapter 20, verse 18 talks about advices, like taking advices from people. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 22 also says something of that result, that in a multitude of counselors there is safety. Yeah. So counseling is important. Having a third party is important. And having a third party actually helps you to reach your final goal, because you are both human beings. You both make mistakes. But having a third party, someone who is more experienced, like a shepherd, a pastor, someone who is well endowed in that area, would help you go a very long way. So the third party should be someone who will give you godly advice. Advice that is based on the word, because of someone, but I don't want to quote it. Yeah.
Alright.
So that is my input. Yeah.
So I think I will take it from a certain different point of view.
Okay.
The growth of the people involved in the conflict is very important. The growth of the individual people is very important. Why am I saying this? Whenever there's a conflict, there's one thing that actually is the center of the conflict, and that is offense. Taking in offense. Someone felt that he was not treated right, or she wasn't treated right, she wasn't spoken well to. This thing wasn't supposed to be done to him in this manner, or these things were not supposed to be done to her in this manner. And that is offense. That you are holding on to hate. You are holding on to something that will outwork bitterness in you. So then when you see your partner, it's that there's a certain level of hatred, or like you are holding back something. Do you know what I'm trying to say? You're holding back something. And that's what I want us to come to the understanding of. That if we can come to the point where we have grown to the point where we don't take offense in almost everything, it will be very... See, when you have worked so much on yourself, not even working on your partner, on yourself, you get to understand that it's not everything that you have to react. It's not everything that you have to get angry. So then resolving the conflict can even start from there. Yeah. From your personal growth. So then the conflict will not even happen. Before it will happen, you have solved it. Jonathan. So then it will not happen. So that one, you don't even need to bring in third party or even... Jonathan, I'm trying to say. Yeah. And let's say you are in certain kind of context, marriage or something, and then there's a husband that you revere, then maybe you are in some sort of conflict. I don't think the best thing is to maybe shout at each other, speak against each other in a certain way, those kind of thing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? There is a right way to put things. There's a certain kind of holistic manner which is in Christ to put things. Because what you are looking for is peace. What you are looking for is sanity. Not like to just vent and get them to prove that you are right and to prove that you are wrong. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So then in resolving conflict, you have to understand that it has to first start from the growth of you, the two who are involved in whatever thing that you are doing. Mr. Abba spoke about communication, how that we have to be able to effectively communicate to whatever partner or whoever we are in a relationship with. Also, it's not just anyone that you need to bring in as a third party. Don't bring in people who will take side. Don't bring in people who are going to, add more flame to whatever thing that has happened. Know the kind of people that you are going to speak to, people that will come to help you. Prince too spoke about the hope, the vision, the purpose of the relationship. That there should be a certain kind of purpose, a certain kind of heavenly vision within which you are driving your relationship at, or you are driving your relationship to. Not just finding someone attractive, not just finding someone maybe youthful, you want to just use the person for something. No, there should be a heavenly purpose. So then, this is what we want to tell you, that when it comes to resolving conflict, focus on what will prosper the relationship. Focus on what will prosper the purpose of the relationship, and not just what has happened within the relationship. Shalom. I want to tell you that don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, don't forget to like. Put it out there, invite a friend to listen to whatever thing that we have discussed today. Bye-bye.